Block.one prepares to vote, Garbage Pail Kids launch on Wax, WordProof introduction, BOS EVM AMA, DApp accounts, and much more. Hello EOS Nation, I'm Daniel Keys, and this is episode 55 of the EOS Hot Sauce. As always, our spicy weekly updates are available in every format. Watch on YouTube, listen on SoundCloud or your favorite podcast player, or read it at eosnation.io. That's also where you can subscribe to the EOS Nation newsletter to get that spicy sauce poured straight into your inbox. However you prefer it, help spread the sauce by smashing that like, ringing that bell, and giving us a 5-star rating. Let's get to this week's spicy goodness. First up, Block.one voting preparations and requirements. On May 14th, Block.one published an article titled Voting with the EOS Community and announced that they plan on voting for candidates in a rotational manner. They're currently unstaking some tokens and intend to vote with 10 million EOS tokens initially. EOS Nation is excited for this next step in the evolution of EOS governance, and we look forward to hearing more about Block.one's plans for the EOS mainnet through their newly formed public blockchain engagement division. Block.one also announced some basic criteria that block producers must attain in order to qualify for this first round of voting. Here are the current requirements. The general location of the node has been disclosed publicly through the BP.json file. Independently operating an API or peer-to-peer node that is publicly queryable. The API or peer-to-peer node is running EOSIO version 2.0 or greater. In the process of preparing to vote, Block.one was also active in their official B1 EOS account. They created 4 different accounts and allocated 200 staked EOS for CPU and 200 staked to EOS for net per account. You can also notice that all of the 13 actions required to create the 4 accounts and allocate resources to them were executed inside the same efficient transaction. We look forward to seeing more on-chain actions from Block.one. Up next, Topps Garbage Pail Kids' successful launch on Wax. Their traditional trading card company, Topps, has finally arrived on the blockchain so that physical cards can become digital cards in the form of provably unique collectible NFTs stored on the Wax blockchain. We've been talking about this launch for quite some time now, and we're excited to finally see the day arrive. Many of us at EOS Nation remember the Garbage Pail Kids trading cards from when we were kids, and it brings us tremendous pride to see these new NFTs hosted on a blockchain that we helped secure. The Garbage Pail Kids were the first ever collectibles from Topps, which were originally released in 1985. This classic brand was a great choice for their first digital NFTs, and even celebrities like William Shatner shared their excitement on Twitter. Users can buy, trade, view their cards in inventory, view public trade history and provenance, browse the catalog and the inventory of other collectors, follow other collectors, and share their favorite collectibles on social media with just a click. On top of trading individual cards, you can also trade unopened packs. In fact, the slightly discounted Mega Packs sold out in just 7 hours, and the whole GBK Wax Pack series was sold out in 28 hours. Users who missed out on the packs can head on over to the Simple Market to buy individual cards or even unopened packs, which were seen being purchased for about 4 times the original asking price. The first GPK card series features 41 characters, each with an A name and a B name, and 4 different levels of rarity. The base level, standard static cards, prism leveled, uncommon cards, these cards feature a prismatic sheen effect, sketch, rare cards that feature animated transitions from original sketches to final art, and Collector's Edition. These are super rare cards with special animations. Congratulations to the Wax team, to Topps, to the Wax guilds, and to the entire Wax community for such a great milestone in the world of blockchain NFTs. Still looking for more great Wax content this week? Join Wax's Evan Vanderberg as he discusses the launch of the GBK with CryptoStash, read Cointelegraph's in-depth feature on Wax co-founder William Quigley, and watch the most recent Wax meetup. We've linked to all of those in the written version of the EOS Hot Sauce at eosnation.io. Now let's move along to WordProof official introduction. WordProof has been featured here in the EOS Hot Sauce quite often as we're big fans. But for readers new to WordProof, we suggest watching the most recent high-quality introduction to WordProof by the founder Sebastian Vanderlands himself. In short, WordProof provides an EOS-based timestamping tool to create a layer of trust for content published online. And as an increasing number of fake news stories and plagiarism is shared across the web, such tools are strongly needed to verify the integrity of sources. Starting out as a plugin for WordPress, WordProof is integrating into an existing infrastructure. And with already 200,000 timestamped posts, pages, and images, this service definitely seems to be in high demand. Inspired by the success, the team developed WordProof files, so the service is no longer limited to content producers that host a website for their content. With WordProof files, you can simply drag and drop a file, have it timestamped, and then download a PDF with a proof of the timestamp. It can be found and activated on the My WordProof dashboard. Besides expanding the service itself, WordProof founder Sebastian Vanderlans gets around and actively spreads the word about the possibilities and benefits of securing web content on the blockchain. Watch his talk at WordCamp Miami earlier this year. Now, let's check in on the outcome of the BOS EOS EVM AMA. In an effort to explain the rather deeply technical innovations that are developed by the BOS Core team to a wider audience, the BOS Core team hosts AMAs on several platforms. The most recent one covered the EOS EVM, or Ethereum Virtual Machine, which, after the successful launch of the BOS IBC Hub, will be yet another important component in BOS Core's interconnectivity toolkit. Luckily, the team summarizes and translates these AMAs, as they are a great source of information. At first, Deadlock explained the general concept of EOS EVM and came up with a pretty smart example. He was quoted, "The relationship between them, EVM and EOS EVM, can be analogized to running a Windows virtual machine on a Mac computer to play a Windows game. By using the EOS EVM smart contract instead of the EVM, Ethereum-based dApps can leverage the speed, scalability, and cost efficiency of EOS without migrating their smart contract to another language." More specific questions asked during the AMA were about security aspects, the difference between gas on Ethereum or CPU on EOS, and the reasons why BOS Core took part in the EOSIO challenge by Block.one. The second part of the AMA turned into a brainstorming session, which showed once again the sophistication within the BOS Core community. Thanks to the BOS Core team for another great tool and their educational efforts. And now, an update on Hirevibes 2.0. Hirevibes, the world's most rewarding jobs platform, is taking the recent shift in the job market head-on and made substantial changes in the policies of the platform. As a direct result, Hirevibes 2.0 introduces new opportunities for hirers and seekers equally, opens up for potential partnerships with agencies, and creates more utility for the HVT token. New features scheduled for Q1 include new job types that cater to freelancers. Those listings can be done for free, and the salary will be paid in HVT as a default currency. Categories and filters to improve browsing through the talent database and job listing. A new opportunity to spend and earn HVT will be added through mentoring. All those that currently have additional time on their hands can use the Hirevibes platform to either upgrade their skill set or create an offering to share their knowledge. This new feature could potentially grow into an open market for education. And the previously mandatory 6% reward will from now on be optional for the 3-month trial. This change could potentially increase the number of vacancy listings, and at the same time, opportunities to onboard professional hiring agencies to the platform. Here, Hirevibes takes an interesting new approach by augmenting rather than disrupting the recruitment industry. And they're already in talks with several hiring agencies, some of which already signaled interest in becoming custodians in the Hirevibes DAC. Which brings us to Phase 2 of Hirevibes 2.0. Turning Hirevibes into a DAC has already been defined as an ultimate goal in the original white paper to open up the project for wider participation, and it's exciting to see it becoming the reality soon. Q3 2020 is all about decentralizing the governance, access to funds, and smart contracts currently controlled by the Hirevibes team. Overall, these changes make a lot of sense, and we look forward to witnessing the future of this ambitious project. And now for some news on dApp accounts. Blockstart made a big splash when they used LiquidApp's Liquid Accounts services to onboard 750,000 Moonlighting users to EOS. Following this experience, Blockstart realized the big potential and developed dApp Account, a project that introduces blockchain accounts as they should be, easy to use and non-custodial. We encourage you to check out the newest episode of Built on dApp to learn how dApp accounts work. And we highly recommend a thought piece published by Blockstart, where they take a look at the current state of the digital society and make a compelling case for how dApp accounts can improve our freedom and privacy, simply by using our devices as access keys and effectively detaching us from universal logins through the usual internet giants. dApp accounts are currently being used in another great product by Blockstart, the Organic Community Market, and hopefully other apps will soon pick up on this. The next steps for dApp accounts is extending their service to the Wax and Worbly blockchains. And some more on LiquidApp staking. The growing staking economy already brought much innovation to the blockchain space, and the first successful staking models attract many investors with juicy interest rates. As larger custodial institutions such as Coinbase offer staking as a service, these developments don't go unnoticed. Recently, the Proof of Stake Alliance met with the SEC to talk about blockchain standards. We expect that while the technology matures, the use cases for staking will become more diverse, and we can already see this happening. A rather complex staking model was introduced by the Liquid Apps team to access utilities such as liquid storage and VRAM. While the general concept was explained early on, the team recently gave an update on further reasons for staking, which are holding DSPs accountable, boost your favorite dApp teams with leasing markets, spin up a liquid chain, and support the COVAX efforts against COVID-19. And for some news from the world of EOS VC, FinLab AG invests in Spielworks. Regular viewers of the EOS Hot Sauce already know about the popular Wombat wallet and the Chain Clash game, which just launched a public beta on the EOS mainnet. But only a few have heard about Spielworks, the German company responsible for the development of both these outstanding products. It seems we're not the only ones impressed by the quality that Spielworks delivered, as they just successfully closed a 7-digit seed financing round, led by FinLab EOS VC Fund and Volksbank Windwiga EG, which have been investing in Spielworks since 2019. The additional funding will help Spielworks to attract more high-quality games to their platform and develop features to improve the user experience for blockchain gaming audience. Stefan Schütze, managing director of FinLab EOS VC Fund, was quoted, "As a supporter of the EOSIO ecosystem with our funded investment, we really like the approach of Spielworks, how it enables the unique solution for users to create free EOS token accounts easily. This is in the purest sense a true game changer. As with Wombat, users can get effortless access to the best blockchain games built using EOSIO software." And now some breaking news coming out of the EffectAI livestream AMA. In the last few months, EffectAI has been heads down working on onboarding clients and training workers for EffectForce and Rosette. While doing so, they've almost effortlessly won a community contest for the best EOSIO dApps to use while under quarantine, which resulted in an in-depth review of the product by the EOS writer. And just this week, the EFX token ranked first place in the inaugural EOS Go Hot Token rankings. So the project has a bit of hype going, and on May 15th, the team hosted a live AMA to share with their community what they've been working on. Breaking news and AMA spoiler alert, EffectAI announced that Kraft Foods Heinz is now a translation client, Akon's Crypto City might have an EffectAI center, a new partnership for Rosette with the very popular YouTube channel Linus Tech Tips, and a new exchange listing coming next week. And with one more way to socialize at a distance during this lockdown, introducing EOS Open Office with EOS Costa Rica. EOS Costa Rica recently made the news by developing InterX and playing an essential role in bringing on Grant Thornton as a high-profile user of EOSIO technology, with 59 offices in the US and over $1.7 billion in revenue. As a new community-building initiative, they're doing a weekly meetup named EOS Open Office every Friday at 8 p.m. UTC, which features guest speakers and interesting topics by the week. It's a great opportunity for Spanish and English-speaking members of the EOSIO community. You can find more information on the EOS Costa Rica's meetup account. And to wrap up this week's episode, last call for the EOS Hot Sauce survey. If you've ever read, listened to, or watched the EOS Hot Sauce, we want to hear from you. Our survey takes less than a minute to fill out, and those who enter a valid email address will be entered into a draw to win one of 30 custom .EOSN EOS accounts. We've linked to the survey in the written version of the EOS Hot Sauce at eosnation.io. Thanks to everyone who filled it out, we've already received some insightful feedback. And that's all for this week's episode of the EOS Hot Sauce. We've got more spicy goodness for you every week, so subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. And if you can't wait till next week, find our previous episodes at eosnation.io or on our YouTube channel. Once again, I'm your host Daniel Keys, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, let's keep it spicy.